It's got flavor, vitamins and minerals.
I don't drink for health. Vodka.
I can see you're having a serious debate, gentlemen.
Better tell us what you prefer.
Nothing cools you down like a cold beer, especially now.
Especially in the morning. And you take your fancy schmancy taste and get out of here.
Get up, both of you. Vodka!
Hello, sweet secret.
Mr. Szulski, come in. What's new?
I've got some fresh ideas for you.
Promising. But you can't keep wearing the same attire. Please, come back to me if you find more inspiration. Meanwhile, I shall attend to my work. Please, excuse me.
I won't bother you.
All right.
The things people come up with. I'll do some exploring. The telephone. Hello, yes?
Mr. Neumeier, calling from the Saddler's Workshop about the trimming. Would you like any?
This is about Bucephalus saddle, isn't it?
Yes, we talked about the cost yesterday and you were considering ornaments. Have you decided yet?
Forgive me, there's a lot going on. I'll take them all.
All?
Yes, I want it to be full of gold and diamonds. I wanted to make the Romanovs' imperial saddles look poor. The price is not an issue. Can you make it happen?
Yes, if the price is not an issue, then yes, of course. Goodbye, Mr. Neumeier.
Am I a magician or what?
Well, this is negotiation, so let's negotiate. You won't finish the job without us. That's the truth.
Mr. Neumeier?
Nicht jetzt. How many times do I have to tell you? This can't be done. It doesn't work like that. That's not how you do Geschäfte.
Listen, sir, we won't give up. Either you can take back the men you fired, or you can say goodbye to the workers you've got left.
You can build these sewers yourself, you lousy capitalist asshole.
Rude!
This is just gutter talk, not negotiations.
The gutter is quite fitting, actually. You're building the sewers, after all. It's a joke.
Who are you and what do you want?
A friend asked me to take a look at this strike.
Strike? What strike? The strike is over. The negotiations are through, and everyone goes back to work.
No. Lads, the strike's still on. We're not touching the work. It's knock-off time until further notice.
Maybe now you can spare me a moment?
Not here. Follow me, please.
I bet you regret those layoffs now, don't you?
Better hair. I deal with that kind of aggression every day. I got used to it. Zeit ist Geld. What brings you here?
Why did the workers go on strike?
Sir, I fired those who drank at work and everyone suddenly went mad. Ihr Polen. I don't understand you. It's time to bring this country into the 20th century. In Germany, it's unthinkable to drink vodka at work.
So what's the story with those layoffs?
I don't like inaction. So when I set new rules and people kept drinking, I gave them an ultimatum.
And how much time did you give them to adapt to the new rules?
What do you mean? There's action and there's reaction. I set the new rules on Monday, and on Wednesday, I let them go.
What you did was stupid.
Are you standing up for these drunkards? What, are you a socialist?
That's not the point. You can't expect these people to change overnight. What do you mean by aggression?
I'm talking about that troglodyte, that Rude guy. Diesen Mistkerl.
What did you do?
He smeared my office windows with shit. Scheiße. I know it was him. I know it. I have no proof, but I know it. Can you imagine that Gestank? That stink?
I'll get going.
I had my reasons, mostly concerning work ethics, but there are always many factors involved. This is kompliziert. You know what it's like. So Neumeier never tried to find a solution? German Ordnung stifles the proletariat, you might say?
That's what it looks like. And that's what we're saying.
I can see I'm not the only one who wants to talk to you. I don't like crowds. I'll come back to you later.
Do you have another joke to tell?
Not this time. I wanted to talk.
Go ahead, ask. I don't have anything to do anyway.
Are you friends with Mr. Fagin?
No, but at least he's trying to cover the issue fairly. What the censorship will do with it is another story, though.
Do you know anything more about him?
Even if I knew, I wouldn't say.
I wanted to know the story behind those layoffs, from your point of view.
The story. The story. Sir, this is all bullshit. That's the whole story. You know that Neumeier banned drinking at work.
He mentioned it, but he suggested it wasn't the only reason.
Well, there you go. He said it himself. The cat's out of the bag. The drinking wasn't why he fired those people.
Then what was it?
I don't care. People end up in the streets, families get deprived of their livelihoods, and that bastard plays the angel. I won't have it. None of us will work until all the boys are back.
I won't bother you anymore.
Have you learned anything?
Why do you keep calling me WS?
Because I want you to remember it.
I don't understand.
You'll understand.
What do you know about the workers?
Each one has a powerful personal story. They're furious and joined in solidarity. Either they come out on top, or that Rode guy will rip Neumeier apart. Anything else?
Actually, I wanted to ask you myself about Neumeier.
You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours? Fine. Wolfgang Neumeier, born 1858, father Klaus, mother Anna, younger son, runs the local branch of his father's empire. What else? He has a reputation as a successful entrepreneur, but I don't think that's valid anymore. He eats dumplings for dinner and doesn't add sugar to his tea. Shoe size 41 and a half.
That's quite impressive.
Your turn. What do you know?
I got to an offer that Neumeier recently received. Someone wanted to buy his horse, with a charming name Bucephalus.
Right. Of course it had to be a horse. Rich people are so predictable. No offense. The city still has no sewer system, families end up in the streets, while Herr Neumeier would rather keep his purebred stallion than secure people's livelihood. That's how it will read. Can you give me that offer?
You make it public. Maybe you can add a witty comment and quote Neumeier.
I appreciate your knack for journalism, but I think Rutkowski is the one who would be the happiest to have this piece of paper. I'll give it to him.
Are you going to suggest blackmail?
I'd rather call it an alternative, and if Neumeier refuses to cooperate, I'll write a nice and neat opinion piece about it. Thanks, WS.
Mr. Neumeier, I was able to find some sources clearly stating that despite your company's financial distress, you're living a life of luxury.
Nonsense. I am a modest man. Das ist alles.
Is that so? What about the money you spend on horses? On Bucephalus? I've heard you had a good buyer. Isn't the fate of workers and their families more important than a horse?
A German magnate feeds on the suffering of Polish workers. You won't be a crowd favorite.
But that's not true. Well, not quite. So ist es wirklich nicht. You cannot publish that.
I don't have the documents, but my source tells me that Mr. Rudkovsky has them. I bet he'll share them unless you two can reach an agreement. I would hurry if I were you. We're closing the issue at 5.
Either you tell them, or the offer to buy Bucephalus will end up in the newspapers, along with Mr. Fagin's comment.
Meine Herren, come here. You win. I'll suffer, but nobody cares about that. Was für ein Schicksal.
He'll get a stroke.
I did what was necessary to make you happy. I accept your conditions. You win. Hey! Now, get laboring!
Done. The wheels are in motion. I'm accepting compliments.
I could kiss your forehead. How did you manage to do that?
Let's just say some documents were leaked to the press that made Neumeier re-employ the people he'd fired.
And your hands are clean. You're freaking me out. Believe it or not, I've been quite busy myself. Listen to this. Spirit King and Phantom Prince. Or better yet, Poet and Pilgrim. Get it?
You're the poet and I'm the pilgrim because I've traveled a lot?
You bet. And fuck that guy with his WS. So see you around, Pilgrim